Hey, it's Bundle Figure. What we have here is this cute little figure made from Boss Fight Studio, and it's Popeye. This guy went on sale on Big Bad Toy Store one day, and they only charged me $20.99 for it. I could not pass it up. Unfortunately, his price went back up to $35 after that one day special, but he is still available there right now. Good news is there's another Popeye of this exact mold, but in black and white scheme that is cheaper, which is about $27, and he comes with a baby. Now, back to this figure. My first impression of this figure is how screen accurate it looks, but how tiny it is. They call this 1/12 scale on the internet, but I'm not sure if that's accurate. Let's get him off the stand and see how tall he is compared to other 1/12 scale figures. Before I do the size comparison, I want to show you the box. This is what a box looks like. And it has open window. It has a nice artwork. It wraps around the box like this. It's got open window in the front. And the name right here on the bottom. You can see the social websites here, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It says Spotify here. It says follow us. Yeah, it's cool. I like that they added that there. Pretty smart. You get more followers, more potential buyers. There's another one on the side of the box. It looks nice. And this arc wraps around at the corner. Looks very cool. I like it. And you can see it in the back. And then there's a picture of the figure. And it's got accessories. And it's got other figures displayed here. And they are sold separately. Of course, it comes with the hands. You can't see them, but they're hiding behind the art in the front right there. But he's got extra hands in there. So anyway, I'm gonna measure him by the ruler, and he's about he's about 5 inches, almost 5 inches tall, which is pretty small. They say he is 1/12 scale. Well, let's see how he scales up with other 1/12 scale figures. So I'm gonna go with the cartoon characters, which actually showed up in a cartoon. These are cartoon animated characters. This is Goku, the model kid, and this is Marvel Legends 97 Magneto. Okay. See how small he is? He's like almost half the size of these two. I don't think that's the correct size. I mean, I always thought of him as someone who's like, maybe 5'2" to 5'4", 5'6" maybe. He's not that small. Now let's look at animated series Superman, which is a 7-inch figure. And then there's animated series Supergirl, which I just reviewed in the last review video. Yeah, I think this one scales better with Supergirl, which is weird. Yeah, so there's that. And then we got animated series Spider-Man with animated series Peter Parker, which are both around 6 inches tall. And you can see just how small that Popeye is. So he is way too small, way too small. So yeah, it's not 1/12 in my opinion. It's more like, like a 5-inch figure. Let me look for a 5-inch. Okay, these two are Superpowers action figures from McFarlane Toys. and they are still pretty small compared to Popeye. So I would say he is. I would say Popeye is his own scale. Like, there's no scale for him simply because he's a cartoon. He's just out there. It's totally different. Alright, I would like to go over articulation. I'm going to take the hat off so you can see his face better. It's interesting. So that's his face, right? It's pretty funny looking, but it's cute. It's cute. It really is. So anyway, here's his, what do you call that thing? This guy's smoking pipe actually can rotate or spin around like this. I don't think you can pull it. Oh yeah, you can pull it out too. Hope I didn't break anything, but you can pull it out and then put it back in and you can spin it. So that's cool. And now let's look at the head articulation. You can look up this far, right? And down this far. And then side to side, this far, and full 360, obviously. You can do full 360. And I'm gonna pop the head off. It's really easy to pop off and on. And that's the ball joint. It has a nice pop to it. So yeah, cool. And then now the shoulders go up pretty far up, actually. Way up. So that's cool. And then, keep in mind that, wait, I want to make sure I see what I'm pushing so I don't break it. He can rotate his shoulders around a little bit, but not like this. So you have to move the arm up and then rotate all the way around because of that collar piece getting in the way. So just be careful with that. And then he has single jointed elbows, right? There's no swivel at the arm section. It's just at the elbow. So it's a single joint swivel and hinge, right? And it goes full 360 as well. And then full 360 swivel on at the wrist. And you can pop the hands off easily. And then pop it back on. Yeah, it looks really small and it can break if you're not careful. So try to be careful with that. And then at the waist, he has a full 360 swivel at the waist. And he goes back. Wait, let me move so you can see. Goes back this far, forward this far. That's it. That's the most range. That's it. Now, side to side, he moves this way, Almost no movement on side to side and ab crunch and arch. Almost non-existent. It's just a swivel. That's it. And then here's the legs. He can do a split pretty much. Looks pretty good for a split. And he can kick up about, well, you have to move his leg outwards in order to kick up. If it's straight up, it will go up this far. If you want to go all the way, it's because of the sculpt. See, the little sculpt. And I think it's ball jointed. Yeah, it is ball jointed inside the socket. He kicks back about this far. And knee is single jointed. And it has a swivel. it's not a full 360, so keep that in mind. It's just like this or this or this. That's it. So there's that. And then he has a little bit of range. He does have a little bit of swivel at the ankle right here, like this. It stops here, and then here, and then feet go down this much. That's it. And up this much. So down, up, and he does have ankle pivot, but very, very, very little. So very little ankle pivot. So that's it for articulation. It's quite limited, I would say. So also be careful with it still, because his joints are really, really small. They're like, let me look at the Superman. That'll be a good example, the Superman. Okay. So you can see they're pretty much the same size. Pretty much. So it's pretty small, so be careful with that. Now the next thing I want to talk about is Sculpt Paint. And you can see at the start it's the head, and it looks pretty good. I would say his little smoking pipe is a little messy and not as clean as I wanted it, but it's fine. He's got sculpted ears a little bit. His hair is actually incredibly detailed, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I just wish this hat stays on his head. You know, like, I wish his hat was not a separate piece, and I wish there's another head sculpt that will have the hat directly sculpted directly on the head, because I don't want to have to deal with the little hat just falling off all the time. The eyes are pretty accurate. You can see the eyebrow curving downwards, and then there's an arch here. It is pretty accurate to the cartoon. It's pretty crazy. You can see you can see his ridiculous looking cleft chin going on. And that is supposed to come off as maybe a shading, maybe teeth, but I'm pretty sure it's the shading. And he has a lot of range in the head area because of that neck, but it looks weird when you look at that. It just looks kind of weird, but it's not bad. It's just weird, but good skin tone, color. I really like the skin color on this. I don't know if you can see, but in to my eyes right now, not the camera, but to my eyes, it looks a little bit of pink. It has a little bit of a pink hue to the skin tone. So it's a good color. It's painted very clean here on his collar. Clean paint everywhere. It's very simple. No shading or anything like that. It's all just very plain, one solid color, because it's a cartoon character. And there's a Dingo transfer tattoo on here, and another one here. The hands are sculpted. He's got pretty nice sculpt on them. He's got fingers on there. He's got little bumps on his elbow. Same thing on the other side. It's just to match like everything to the cartoon. That's why some articulation here are sacrificed, just so it looks almost exactly like the cartoon. And they did a pretty good job, the Boss Fight Studio. Really good job. The sculpt is what made me want to get this figure. It looks just like Popeye, the one I remember growing up. I would like to talk about alternates. So here's this guy with his mouth open on one side like that. And then here's the regular version with his mouth closed. But here's the problem. It has got some quality control problem on the top of his head. It just looks like spray paint on top of his head, and they forgot to mask the top part of the forehead. So that sucks. I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. I can see it with my eyes. It looks pretty bad. But yeah, this is mouth open and this is mouth closed. That's the only difference between the two. And he comes with a pair of closed fists, and he comes with a pair of relaxed hands. So yeah, his accessory would be these, and the smoking pipe, the hat, and the can of spinach. So those are accessories. And you can put this can of spinach, and put it right here. And voila, he's holding his spinach. My opinion of this figure right off the bat is that it's the most accurate Popeye action figure we can get for under $40. I would recommend you to just get the black and white version that comes with the baby. I think that one is a little more accurate because I grew up on Popeye with black and white cartoons. Anyway, I just can't justify spending $35 for this colored version. It's almost practically a sculptor. You would be better off getting a Dawson model Popeye action figure, which is about $10 more, because that one has more points of articulation and accessories. Alright, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I'll keep posting more reviews of many different action figures. Keep posting your action figures, and I'll see you next time.